evening. Welcome to Thursday night, guys. Or Thursday day for some of you there in Aussie. All right, who we got here? Oh, my favorites. Oh, you're all my favorites. What am I saying? We got Clearwater, The Fingers, Bucks and Walls. Glad you made it. Chris, how we doing? Yeah, the funeral thing, I seen you make a comment about that. So it'll be at 9 p.m. your time, Chris. You're an hour ahead of me, so it's 10 p.m. my time. I don't know if I put that in there right. Yeah. So easy. I'm going to be getting in contact with you soon. I have something I'm working on for someone in particular, the Flyboy. I hope Colt likes it. But anyway, let's see here. We got John Tucci. Never fails me. Never. Let me see. I'm making sure I got everybody. You sometimes miss somebody in the little bitty spots. All right. So far, I think I got all the numbers so far. I don't expect a lot tonight because there's a lot going on. Yeah. So we're just going to try and have as much fun as we can. The almighty Wildman. I'm not that mighty. I'm actually quite weak sometimes. But a tough week, hasn't it? Anyway. I didn't have a whole lot for tonight. I was mainly trying to promote, excuse me, on my glasses. They're kind of smudgy. I'm feeling a little blurry. I don't want to put my shades on. It's too dark. And I'm trying a new camera angle and blah, 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 blah. And if you can see behind me, I've been working on my room a little bit. Put another desk in. That's the dog bed available there. I haven't figured out where everything's going yet. This will probably actually end up over there. Well, actually over there. Or just off to the side there. So, no drama. Welcome. Been busy with a lot of things. Of course, I've seen shown that package thing. I actually got it last Thursday, and I had filmed that part, and then I realized today I never put it up, and we know the reason why. But anyway, so I decided to throw it out there because I haven't had any content in a week, and I've been kind of distant to everybody, and I apologize for that. I guess we deal with things in our own way. Yeah. Yeah, it was a big blow. I won't lie. To all of us. I'm not even going to, it's not even my point of view at this point. The computer table is lit. What? The one behind me? Oh, the square? That's my Xbox system there. I don't have the monitor on tonight because I think if you guys watched my the last live I did, it was kind of glitchy. And I think it's because I'm using the YouTube on there to put up the artistic colors and stuff. And I think that's what's causing me to glitch out whenever you rewatch the show. I think it was fine during the show, but afterwards it kind of glitched out. People were saying to do that while you were on live. And I'm like, no, I didn't see it until I came back. I always watch the live the next day after the fact just to see how it went and see where I could maybe change some things. Because, if you guys have suggestions, I'm up for those as well. It will be a short one tonight because I do want everybody to attend the funeral if they can. Try not to talk about that subject a whole lot, but then again, I've always said this is a mental health channel, so I will stick with that. A lot of them I've talked to a few guys today, Digger and David and Scriven and his dad are all on the road. They're headed there. I'm sure by now, Dick and or DG Raceway, I'm going to make sure I say it the right way, I guess. DG Raceway and Hub are also headed there, I think. That bread just died. I'm getting it there. I need it. I should have saved that part of the video to show you, Colt. I actually thought I was pulling off one of your stunts, and I didn't know how I did it. Oh, well, there's Hub. I was just saying, I thought you were on your way over to that place. If you're going, I didn't even know if you were going or not. I didn't ask, but yeah, Colt. Yeah, I'm learning how to fly cars, not the fly cars, but to fly cars. So I'm going to need your help with the license. You've already been through this, so I think you can help me. So, but yeah, I had that what was it, the Mosler on last week, I think it was, early in the week. And I went around a corner, and it's a 415 corner. That's the only 415 in there. I broke the other ones down a little bit, so they're all kind of different runs and stuff. But anyway, make a long story short, oh, you and Alex are in the car now. Well, hello, Bonza. Speaking of that, since I got you on here and you guys are kind of watching this, guess what I received today? So it wasn't a bad Thursday. I got 3 Bonza stickers. And guys, after watching their last live, I got with Alex on this. Yeah, I got the #1 selling slot car in the world. Yes, I finally got my own version of the General Lee with Daisy. I can't really show her very well. Well, I could. With Daisy. Hey, get this in the camera right. Put it back there. Yeah, I got too many lights going on in here for you to see anything because everything's reflecting. But I finally received it today. I was actually getting a little worried that it wasn't coming. I was like, man, this is taking a while. And thank you, Alex. I appreciate it. And I like the stickers because I think these are going to stick better than the other ones. I got one right up here above my head on the. That's why I was going to switch my corner shelving around and go over there so you don't see all my Gears of War stuff. I can put more of my slot car stuff here. I'm trying to make this room so everything I work on as far as slot cars is in this room because I was going to move out of it. And I was like, no, I really don't want to do that. It's a comfortable room. So I've now got it kind of lined up where my printers are over here. Of course, I got the paper printer behind me. And speaking of that, I now have some stickers. Now, these are prototypes because I don't know how to size them quite yet. So I sliced them or got as many as I could on a page and then sliced them up. And I've actually got one sticking up here and it's actually holding pretty good. So I think I've got the right paper. It's a vinyl paper. And so I'll be sending, I'm going to make some more copies, but I'm going to be sending these out, especially the ones I've received from, definitely. I was a little stoked about that one because I was using the wrong kind of paper is what it came down to. And what I can see here, I mean, this is actually nice. You guys can see it. See, now it looks all colorful, Alex. I don't know who's driving. So you got all these colors going on around here. I can make it colorful. And yeah, it kept telling me that the weather was slowing down my order, and I was like, "It's already in the United States, buddy. Why do you keep telling me that?" Like, yeah, the mail system always wants to lie to you for their lack of work. You know, it's funny because I mean, if I order something in the United States, okay, well, everybody knows I order magnetic racing, obviously. I wonder why. Anyway. When I order from them over there in the UK, it takes me 3 days to get the product. 3 days. Once they tell me it's sent, it takes 3 days. And it's here almost, I don't think I've ever had one late. It's always been exactly 3 days. Now, I've ordered from some guys here in the United States, and it takes me over a week. And so I don't find a reason to order from them anymore if I can get it quicker somewhere else. I mean, we're always excited when we order it. And we want to get it as fast as possible. But if you guys are looking for a General Lee, Alex might be able to correct me, or Hub might say it for him. Whoever's driving, I don't know who's driving. They're hard to find here in the United States, even on eBay. They've got the dirty one, and they've got the glow in the dark, the ghost one, and then they've got the other variety of colors which you can get, which I was never interested because I just wanted the original car, the original look. I would like now to get the dirty one and maybe the glow in the dark and put them all together as a 3-span tribute of cars. That's because everybody keeps telling me you gotta get the dirty one. Yeah, because I don't really want to wreck this one. I noticed the antenna on the back. I'm like, yeah, that'll snap off real quick. Spin this car over once. But after watching, help me out here, Shane Hub. What was his name you guys had on there last week? Darn it. I can see it. I wasn't planning to talk about it, but since I brought up the General Lee, yeah, he's the one that runs Pioneer. Anyway, Journal, welcome. Did I miss anybody? No dramas here. I seen Clearwater. But anyway, yeah, he actually makes the Pioneer brand, and if you guys haven't watched that video of the Aussie, God bless it, I do this every freaking. I'm sorry, I screwed things up, man. The Aussie slot. What is it called? God, you know I'm gonna say it. God damn it! What the hell's the word? Shane knows because he's sitting in a car. He's probably the one driving. But anyway, watch their last live with the four they had on, or with him on there. That was a really, really, really interesting live. You got to hear a lot about Pioneer and the way things kind of came for him and how he works it and everything, and some of his future stuff coming up, which I'm a little stoked about as well. Matter of fact, I've already told Alex he better hold one of each of them for me. I'll order them from him. Yes, I'll pay the extra to get it from Alex. And not that he's expensive. That's not what I was trying to say. But you know it costs us money in the United States to have something sent from somewhere else. So, yes, I will pay the little bit of extra money for shipping and handling to get them from Alex. So, I apologize, Alex. I said that wrong, and I think everybody here knows that, though. So, we're good. I haven't seen any strangers in here. Of course, there might be some strangers watching. I always feel like somebody's watching me. Oh, wait a minute. You all are. Oh, guys, it was a nice day today, actually. We had the upward temperatures of I think it was around 78 today, which was for me too warm, but that's Fahrenheit, by the way, for those of you from Australia. I didn't do the math on the figure, so I can't tell you the temperature down there. But yeah, beautiful day. And then, we had a beautiful day yesterday. It was a little cooler, not much. Then tomorrow's supposed to be generally pretty nice too. And then Saturday we're supposed to get thunderstorms, when we're going to be home on the weekends to get something done. And so I wanted to get out this weekend and get a bunch of stuff done. Not slot car related. And I have done a couple things. Not much in this last week, I won't lie. It's just been a week. So a little time of reflection and things like that. But I did work on, if you guys remember, well, I already put it up. That video just came out today, but I already have worked on Shane Hughes's billboard. You know what? Let's bring the light up here. I'll probably put a halo on it. Let me see if I can get that up there. So this is the new one. I screwed up originally. That's why it doesn't look like Shane's on there or anybody else who got one. I screwed up because I put it on backwards on the back side and I screwed it up. So I had to make another piece that goes across here so this could sit on top. And then with the little slots that were right here, I just painted them yellow because I'm trying to make it, relatable to knowing that Hughes channel and, Red Bull. So it's not done. I do have a couple more things going on it, including some figures. And I want to put a lighting on it. I'm trying to work out something there. If not, I'll just get a hold of Ian and Doug, and I'll order one of the extra lights on the side, because they got kits for those that you can put. I think it's 6 lights you can get on there. It's got 6 stems that'll hold the light up there, so you can put a light over any billboard you have. I thought it was a pretty cool deal for I think it's like 20 pounds there, so maybe $30 here, maybe 25. But yeah, let's see here. My chat wasn't catching up. I'm sorry, guys. Let's see here. Man, I got away from the chat altogether. Yeah, I think so. I showed it to Shane. He seems to like it. I mean, I showed it to him when I screwed it up. He's actually the one that pointed it out, believe it or not. I didn't catch it right away. And he's like, something looks a little bit off on that. And I'm like, Yeah, I was thinking the title, the thing was supposed to be at the top, and this was supposed to be, and then yeah, I was like, oh crap, that's what I did. I freaking put it upside down, and I'm so careful about that usually, because I've done it too many times in the past when I first started doing these. So what's new out in the world, guys? Chris Fretter, how we doing? I've been watching a little bit of your stuff on Facebook. Been visiting Facebook a little more. I'm not always good at it. That's why you don't usually see me comment a lot. Now this week I did get on there, just put my words out there. According to everybody, obviously paying their tributes and everything to Pat. I do have something at the end. Some of you, a couple of you, I've shown to because I didn't want it to be an offensive thing. I do have something that I will be adding. It's more personally towards me, but it's my way of showing my tribute to Pat as well. But it's more directly at me, not. But it will be at the end of my videos from now on. I'll show that here towards the end of this video before we get off. So it's just a little piece. It's just something to. Pat was always quick to give me a positive note on anything I put out there, and so I just kind of used that scenario and brought it back so that he's always given me a positive note. You'll understand when you see it. I'm explaining it because I sent it to Hughes. He didn't get it. I tried to get my opinion. I sent it to Hub and Digger, and I got pretty good responses there. And I think Tara, and she loved it. HSF, how we doing tonight? So, yeah. You get your greetings out of the way because everybody's in here talking, man. Yeah. And I'll sit here and talk until I'm blue in the face and not know anything you guys are talking about. That's the kind of guy I am. Let's see here. See, I'm only seeing part of the stuff. I know everybody's just still saying hi to each other. As each of you come in, I expect that. That's what this is for. So, nobody's really saying what they're into right now. I've seen journals today. Was it yesterday? It was yesterday, wasn't it? Or was it today? Was it? Man, that I like your little stash notes on your layout. Yeah, I loved your porn too, man. That was pretty cool. Ted, welcome. I don't know if I should welcome you because you always leave me early. You used to stay late. Now you leave early. And then you were talking about getting a proxy going for some cards on your new track. And I'm like, no, I got to build one of those too. Damn it. Yeah, I had one. I did not get to see the live that Tad did. It said it was private as soon as I clicked on it. So I did not get to see that part. You guys see Digger's layout that he's built for Pat. He's like, it's beautiful. He's done a really good job. No, you're not. Because I won't be out here all night, Tad. And you can't stop me. Because by 9 o'clock Eastern time, 10 o'clock my time, I will not be on here. The Daily On. Rob, how we doing, buddy? I've been trying to catch up with your stuff too. Just glad to see you back and getting things going. And you do all kinds of different hobbies though. I like the I do like the little drift cars. You can get those little what are they, mini Z's? Is that what they're called? But that would be fun, but I really have no place to put it. Unless I turn this other room instead of putting the train in it, leave it's tile floor, so I could actually do pretty good with the track layout on the floor. Maybe that's an idea. Man, I already got so much money going out the door, it's ridiculous. Raul, how we doing? Raul? I'm just Eric, everybody else's friends. Thanks a lot. Raul. I don't appreciate that at all. Hey, did you guys do a shenanigans? No, shenanigans is next week, isn't it? Am I wrong? Because I didn't see anything on it. I liked your last show. It was really good. I actually made it to it, so it was good because I made it. And I'm not tooting my own horn. But yeah, well, so it's next week, right? Yeah, I didn't figure a lot would be going on today anyway. I know, we're all going to be saying our farewells here shortly, and wish I could be there. I really do. The hit was, I'll just explain it from my point of view. The hit was a lot harder than I thought it would be, because I had never met the man in person. But yeah, I've known him for 3 years. Well, since I got into the hobby, before I even had a channel, before he had a channel. It was the Fingers in here. The Fingers, Pat, Steve Sweeney, and myself. We were always racing to get to the chats first. Remember that, the Fingers? Steve Sweeney kept doing it. I beat you, and then it kind of got into a kind of a war there for a little while, but it was fun at the first, but after a while it got a little old. But yeah, he's talked to me since day one. I mean, became pretty good friends pretty quick. Same with the Fingers, and I don't talk to Steve that much. Just only in chats when I see him. But yeah, we had no channels, but we're in there promoting, helping them push everybody forward, and it's gonna be back in 2 weeks. So Shenanigans will be back in 2 weeks. So not this week, not next week, the following week. Okay. So wait a minute, trying to beat the snow. Where are you guys at? Are you getting snow where you're going, or are you getting snow where you're at, Rob? Let's see here. See, I'm bad about putting things up. I should put things up. Yeah, you're right, HSF. Genuine, just all around good guy. Could he have a temper? Yeah, everybody could have a temper. You're growing a beard. You have to grow out a year before you can do anything to it. That's the bummer of it. So, or at least that's what I was told. So that's what I did, and it still ain't coming in right. As a matter of fact, I trimmed it a couple times, and then I wanted to grow it out so it'd get a little longer. It should have been longer by now, but it seems like it's not growing now. And I'm treating with all the stuff, but oh well. Yeah, De Leon, if you're driving in that stuff, yeah, definitely be careful. That means if snow is inevitable, then there's possibly the roads have already started to freeze from maybe a little bit of drizzle or rain that came down beforehand. And Rich, how we doing? You guys haven't checked out his channel. You should definitely check out his channel. He's always got interesting things to talk about, and cars. I mean, he does the HO, but he does it good. He breaks it down. And he shows you everything. That's how it's been working that way a lot. Like Marty's channel, I came in, I said hello, and then I was actually in the middle of doing something when I said it, but I wanted to acknowledge that I was there watching, and next thing I know, it's just lighting up, and I'm like, so you have a hard time keeping up with all the highs, but yeah, I heard that, Tad. Does that get us a new house if it blows it down? I don't want a new house. It would take too long to replace all the stuff I have in it. All the valuable things, and that's not the slot car table and all that. It's personal stuff, but yeah. So I didn't make it to Pete's live Sunday morning, and originally I wasn't going to watch it because it was too soon for me personally, and I let him know that morning. It was like an hour after the show went off. I had let him know. I said, I hadn't planned to watch it. It was too soon for me, blah, blah, blah. And meanwhile, I had started it. I left it on there while I was chatting with him on my phone. And I I ended up getting off the phone with sending through Messenger, and I started watching it. It was actually a really, really, really good show. I thought it was very honorable, very honorable. I thought it was great. The part that got me at the end was, you know, of course, it was more of a personal thing. Is, I remember that video and Pat sitting there screaming out my name about that stuff, and for some reason it broke me in two, and oh my Lord, it's like I finally quit denying it. So I'm Santa Claus, and I couldn't do anything about it. You know what I mean? If I could have, I would have. You miss having a basement? Yeah, it's it's nice to have, but you get your issues with it. Like the rest of the house, most of the house don't have water problems as far as leaking, but it does have that other. My slot car room was actually in a garage. It was a garage at one time, and I've said this many times, I know, but so it's got a slight angle to it, which is when you're building the table, you got to remember that. And then what it is, there's a drain out the back door. Well, it's broken somewhere. I don't know where. I've tried to snake it. I can't get it all the way out to where it comes out at. And so anyway, the water ends up pooling in there, and then it goes up over the door rim and then comes into the room. Well, there's a drain there, but that drain leads right back to the same drain that it just came from. So I think this summer I'm going to end up punching a hole through the concrete and putting me in a sump pump and running it separately out, and then bring it out through the front yard out to the street, and get that taken care of. Because I used to have carpet in that room and everything. It was our main living room at one time before it was a Christmas room. So, yeah. Yeah, you always got to worry about water going to the basement. I mean, because if it starts leaking in your walls, then you got to tear up your ground around the outside, and you got to redo it. That can get pricey. But yeah, I've been wanting to do some more slot car videos here of late, but I haven't really been in that room that much, other than bringing things in here, trying to get this room set up. I was trying to figure out. I originally had to get my glass cabinet back in here with all my other Gears of War stuff, and then it was basements rule when they don't leak. Yeah, exactly. No drama. Yeah. But let's ask you about water there, the fingers. Hey, Joseph, I grew weed there. Yeah. I got those. I should be careful of that if cops ever come to my house. I got those big UV lights. I think it's 350 watts of UV lights. They might think that's what I'm actually doing with it. Grow, baby, grow. Oh, nah, I got past that stuff a long time ago. Some people don't, and I don't care one way or the other. But yeah, Pat was a great friend. I was just gonna let it go, but God knows we're all getting ready to say goodnight or goodbye to him today. So I thought I'd bring up my point of view on it, and I don't know. I'm not even sure what to say because my words are lost. We all got crushed by it, and I keep saying that. It's kind of like I'm still trying to hide my feelings about the whole thing. Meanwhile, I'm screaming on the inside, going, "This is bullshit. This should have never happened." What? Make seeds for commercial growth? You live in Illinois? My son said that he was going to go over to, when Illinois made it legal, he was going to go over there and open him his own shop. I was like, that's still government regulated. He goes, I don't care. But yeah, maybe I'll leave the subject alone. Everybody's got their own way of dealing with things. No, I wish we could. I mean, if you really think about it, we're never really in control of anything. Things will just happen, and there's nothing you can do about it. Mine was a little bit of guilt. I'm a big guy. I haven't taken care of myself over the years. I'm like, okay, so Pat was 1 month older than me. He's born January 27th, 1972. I was born February 23rd, 1972. So everybody, he was a month older than me, but by looking at us, you could tell he was in better shape than I was. And so it really upset me. I was like, why would you take a guy like that? Man was happy. He was working his dream. You say puppies? What? Or pop? Are you trying to say poppies? You getting some poppies there, the fingers? Sorry, I had to change direction, right? This is supposed to be a happy moment. Again, I did put the link in here, and I did put it at the beginning of my chat, so everybody would see that as they came in, if they read back up there at the top. Otherwise, it's right here across the bottom of the banner, right there. I can back a semi up backwards and know the direction because it's opposite what I need to do. I can't do it on a camera. Man, I will say this. I thank everybody for their kind comments and posts out there. They were all beautiful, man, and it shows just what kind of guy he really was. Loved by so many, and if you didn't get a chance to know him, you'll hear his name over and over again. I mean, I think everybody here knows him, but if some of you out there are watching and you're not part of the chat life here, and you're just watching, yeah. So Pat was a great guy. He had so many friends. It's unbelievable how much communication he had with everybody. Because I hear in the videos, they'll be like, "Yeah, Pat was, voice messaging on Messenger all the time, blah blah blah." And I'm like, "Yeah, he was doing that to me," and everybody's saying it. I'm like, "When did he have time to not talk?" Now he wouldn't take a phone call on it because I tried. He answered it. He goes, "Yeah, I just don't do the phone." He goes, "But," and then he sent me a message after that. "I'm sorry about that, man, but I was like, damn it. You were just on the phone with me. You could have just said it then." But yeah. I mean, he was just genuine great guy, blah blah blah. I mean, I keep saying blah blah blah. You can see why he loved his wife. His wife was excellent to him. He had talked to me about that a few times, just how much help she'd done over the last few months, and she actually answered a couple of them I had last. I think I put it in last Thursday or Friday. And she answered. I put it on Pat's slot because I didn't have her as a friend in my Facebook list. I do now, because I wasn't kidding when I said family is family, and so I'm just that kind of a guy, I guess. Good Lord, my dogs are going nuts upstairs. Did y'all hear that? Anybody? But this is where I'm at on that too. Let's just finish that topic up a little bit. Pat was always a positive guy. He wouldn't want me to sit down and just take it, he'd want me to get up and be positive and keep going forward as he would anybody else in this chat or anybody else that's watching. So based on that, I'm going to keep it that way. I'm not going to be down about it. I will miss him. Great guy. I'll be there with all you guys tonight watching the live. I did line it up where I can put it on there. I don't know if you're going to be able to chat in it or not. So I think is it just the video? Does anybody know? Because I don't. Did somebody say PNW? I didn't see him. Oh, that's because my damn chat bar's locked back up again. Yeah, what a great place to hide stuff. Journal had all the hiding places on there. How did I get all the way back down there? I am sorry, guys. I still haven't caught up. There we go. Who said yikes easy? Why'd you say that? I got to figure out what you were meaning. Chihuahua, Pomeranian, Shih Tzu, as I call them, Chipamo shits. That's what he's talking about. Gotcha. Show that one. Oh, God. Oh, Chris, it jumps as soon as I try to hit on something. For 9 months, I chatted with him on Facebook a little recently, and if you knew him, you're feeling the loss. You're feeling the loss. Yeah, be on different than some of you others. Well, I'll just say I love you because you don't know. Yeah, he was just that kind of guy, man. He just, like I said, it took me by surprise how upset I was. I had just finished up at work and get ready to head back to the yard, drop off, and go home. And I canceled my live just before that because it was so late. And anyway, I just happened to pick up my phone real quick and I looked at it. I figured my wife was calling, wanting to know when I was going to be home for dinner or whatever. So I was like, okay, I'll just check real quick. And somehow I ended up going to YouTube, and I had the YouTube highlight. So I looked it up, and that was when I seen Dick's post. And yeah, I made a fool of myself to him a couple of times while I was talking to him on the way back to the yard, or when I got back to the yard. And then Sunday morning, I kind of did the same thing. Dick's the one I probably know least out of all the 4 Aussies, but the Aussie guys there on the show. And yet I poured out to him on Sunday morning, and then I was tired. I was very emotional. Woke up the next morning, and I was like, man, did I make a fool of myself? So I apologize for all that. Because, this man's probably feeling the same thing, and I'm sitting there throwing my feelings in his face. So, yes, yeah, you're right in the fingers, Pat. I don't know anybody else like him. Really don't. I mean, that guy stayed positive through everything. I mean, and I've gone back and listened to the clips of me and him talking back and forth about different things. We were supposed to do another live, kind of a reunion with Shotgun, Pat. I think everybody but Travis was going to be back in it from that one. I reposted. I don't know if anybody saw that the second time, but yeah, we had it planned to do that, and then the week we had to plan to do it. I ended up having to work late, so I couldn't do it. And then we just never got it reset back up, and that was the end of that. So, yeah, he was always laughing. He was always making those, cheeky jokes. And every once in a while, he brought Chucky out. And if you don't know who Chucky is, which most of you should, it's just Chainsaw. It's funny, I say chainsaw on a motorcycle, a little crossbike goes past by my window. Yeah, he did. He had spontaneous humor. And it just came naturally to him. I don't have that. I have to think for a second before I have. Let's see here. What do we got here? Easy input. Right. 2 tiny Bernie Doodles, 1 cockapoo, and a 12-year-old Opso. Last 2 were fast fails. I have 5 dogs in my house, 1 cat. And we almost picked up another cat this last weekend. My wife was really trying to be helpful last weekend, and so we went out Friday night. We went out for Texas Roadhouse. Those in America know what that is, and that's the first time I've ever ordered my own steak. But it wasn't just on their menu. I ordered off their menu. Had it cut, 12-ounce filet mignon, no butterfly because I don't like that. I was like, well, how much is it? And he's like, well, I got to check with it. She goes, just get it for him. I'm like, wow. Yeah, what? 35? What? Yeah, puppies. Well, you live in a rural area, don't you, Ted? I've never been to your house. We live so close together, and we haven't gotten together for coffee. No, we get here on Thursday nights. So we don't have to travel that way. Saves us on fuel. Yeah, Journal. Yep. He was. I mean, anybody who's coming into the hobby could watch that guy and immediately you feel at ease. He was just good at it. And he wasn't trying. He was just being himself. But 2 cats. One is Melvin, who is Maine Coon, love it. Maine Coon puppy cat. In other words, it thinks it's a dog. Yeah, he remembers the turf he was laying. Okay. No, I don't remember because I don't remember you ever telling me that. Now I know who to contact when I need to board my dogs. You might get my business, Tad. I don't go very many places. I don't. I like to go to Gatlinburg, and my wife likes to go to the ocean once in a while. I used to live on the ocean, so it's not that big of a deal to me, but it is nice to see once in a while. It's holding up two fingers. 7 birds, 1 hamster, and 1. Yeah, right? Exactly. Good one. That's a good one. Doggy Do Right. Is that what the name of the place is? I think I've heard that name. I got friends that come in from Virginia and stuff, and they always look for a place to kennel their dogs while they're here. I don't know why. I have a big enough yard to handle some dogs. Maybe not as big as yours, but no shit. You learn something new every day. I had no idea what you did. I thought you were into some kind of a industrial work or something. That's the thought I got from you. Well, I sent out a message Sunday before his passing, and I kind of had a feeling it was going the direction it was going. He hadn't told me because he wouldn't. So I put out a personal to him. I just wanted. I learned it with my grandma when she was passing, and I told her she could go, but I remember giving all my feelings to her at that time, and I was like, I'm not gonna. I think he wasn't able to really respond Sunday. I think his wife actually helped him with the heart emoji back, but I went ahead and said how I felt about him, and that way he knew no matter what, whether he remembered it or not. But I'm sure if she read it to him or he read it, he knows, and that gives me the greatest feeling in the world because I at least got to say something. Used to build. I couldn't build a fence if I tried. Oh, you went to school for welding? Okay. But no, we're all going through this grief together. Oh, well, Slot Car Daddy Raceway's here. How you doing? I know everybody's gonna be saying hi to him. I'll take a few minutes. No, it is. My wife had cancer when I was dating her, and she had to have a hysterectomy to remove it, and then her uncle came here with stage 4. I'd seen him at her mom's funeral, and he's a Navy boy, and he came from Virginia out here, and solid guy. 6 months later, he showed up at my door, and I didn't recognize him. He was all skin and bone, and he stayed here almost. He only had almost a year here, and matter of fact, both of us went in the hospital the same day. I was really sick, and he didn't. He went there. We think he knew what was happening, so he went there on purpose. But yeah, so he passed away day after Veterans Day, which he wished me happy. That's the last thing he told me. He said Happy Veterans Day because he knew I had been in the Army and he was Navy. I said the same to him, and he gave me a handshake. So really stuck with me after that. But yeah, it's not a fun disease. It kills me that they think that the only thing we can still use is the same treatment. I don't understand. After all these years, we don't have anything else. Because it just destroys everything. I mean, you're trying to kill something, but you're killing everything else too. But what do? You make the decision to fight, which is what he did, or anybody else has done. Everybody I know has fought for it. where you just let yourself go. So, yeah, and we all have opinions on that, on how we want things to go. Let's see here. I'm trying to find something to. I'm going here because I'm just trying to get that big logo off the face of my camera view. Oh, Ted's even got a smaller one, 10.4. Yeah, I'm ready to get outside and do some work. I have to coop myself up in this room a lot. I mean, I have my TV. Well, it's more or less a TV. My Xbox over there is on a monitor, but I've got all my streaming programs on there. I got this laptop if I want to use it. I got a surround sound stereo system in here. The only reason I have to leave now is to go to the slot car table. But then when I get there, I got to wipe it all down because it's probably been a couple of days since I put a car on it. So. No, it is. I don't want it to be a sad time here. I was hoping to, and I'm doing it all wrong. I just wanted to kind of, hey, share stories, man. Make it a happy time in a bad situation. Let's see here. What did you say here? We're small compared to some other hobbies, but I think, well, journal. That's because that's what I've been working on. As a matter of fact, I got home today and I had about an hour before I had to be on the show. That's why I didn't come on to the last. I mean, I wasn't watching any of the chat until the last minute. I was around here moving things around, getting it cleaned up, picked up. Now, if I could do the other rooms like that, well, I'll be in good shape. Well, it's an uncomfortable subject. You as most of us are, we don't know what to say. We know we miss him. We know we loved him. I think he knows that as well. Yeah. So, I mean, like I said, just sharing stories and talking about it a little bit, trying to, it helps. It doesn't take it away, but it helps, I think, just to talk. And that's kind of what I had in mind when I came on here, and I just kind of didn't. I started not to feel comfortable about it, so I kind of threw it around a little bit. You worked on your media setup? Chad, asking that now that I got you on here, I did see that video with your new camera mount. Is it just a mount or is it a camera that you got on Amazon? I like that. Now, see, I wish I had something here because I'm using a phone holder still. I need to get a mount so I can mount this. See, I'm looking down. I'm always looking down. I want to be able to mount it where I can bring the camera down right above it. So it looks like it's just above now, but I have to look up. Because I find it's distracting when I have to read here and you guys are going, well, I see the top of his head very well. That's why I wear the hat. Oh. And my wildlings here. I got a hold of them finally today. We finally established communication. I hadn't talked to him in a little while. And I was worried about him. So, yeah, I kept trying their email and it kept not working. I don't know why. I took it right from YouTube. I wrote it down exactly how it says, but it kept bouncing me out of it. It kept saying it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. Then I finally got one to go through after I talked to them on YouTube. It made no sense whatsoever. So, and there's a lot of you I don't have that because that's really the only reason I use Facebook is so I can have the messenger to talk back and forth with everybody. And I've tried to make my rounds with everybody. I haven't made it to everybody, but like this weekend, I've talked to Dick. I've talked to Shane. I've talked to Digger, and I've talked to Tara, and I've talked, I've talked to Pete. I made comments in other people's stuff because we weren't in a live situation where I could talk or I just never made it around to everybody because I got a lot of you people in my messenger. I could talk to any of you most of the time. 3 rooms, welcome. Morning. No, it's 7:19 here in good old Indiana, southern tip. Thing is, guys, I was never a big friend person. I always thought if I had a few good friends in my life, that's all I needed. And since I've been in this hobby, I've made like a million freaking friends. And so I can sit here and tell you, I love every one of you. There's no reason not to. Now, you do something in vain, well, I might not like you very much, but John Cook, welcome. Morning for you too, huh? 8:19 in the nation's capital. Ah, you live right there in the capital? I used to live in a quiet harbor just south of there, near the Marine Corps base, Quantico. I was a military brat. Let's see, John. 11:20 a.m. local time. Whew. Rich, we did have one. The boat is no longer. They built their own casino, so the boat is no longer in the river. They took it out. Well, I think it still sits there. I think it's used for something else now. I think it's a museum or something like that. I haven't been down there in a while. But yeah, they did have a riverboat, and they finally made a bigger casino / hotel thing, and so it's all on shore now. I was noticing that. Where were we? Sometimes when you haven't been in an area and you go through there once in a while, you're like, man, look at the changes, and you're like, you just want to tell somebody. Like my dad used to live down here, and that's how I ended up here in the first place. And they'll call me on the phone. I'll be like, yeah, Dad, you remember that? It's gone. He's like, no way, like he was always into modeling cars. So there's a hotel here in Evansville on 41 and Lynch Road. And it's been shut down for a long time, but they used to have shows in there. And I remember going to it with me and my brother went with him quite a few times when we were visiting him or whatever. And they didn't tear it down per se, but they ripped out the pool. They ripped out everything. They opened it all up, and then they turned it into apartments. And they actually look really good. It's a far cry from what they were looking like with the empty hotel because it was really starting to look bad. But and my understanding is it's supposed to be, well, they're nice looking apartments, but I think it's supposed to be more money friendly. I don't know what the word is for it. Digger, are you still in the back seat, buddy? Did you get a nap? The fake riverboat. Yeah. Never. Well, it used to go out, and then I think they hit a land barge once, and then they never did it again. It just sat there. It might pull off from the shore, and it'd come right back over. I think it used to go out because they wanted to trap you on there if you started winning. David, and MTV. You guys are all in the car, right? Or are you guys parked for the moment? Are they really? See, our business where I work, Tad, is right there off of Hitch and Peters Road in Evansville. And they bought the warehouse. What they did, they bought all the land behind it, and it's now all solar paneled. Our business runs completely on solar. Well, most of it, because we got a cold storage there. I don't have anything to do with it. We have our logistics company there. We don't usually pull for our own company, so makes sense, doesn't it? I've had that argument too many times. No driving. You're not driving? Who's driving then? Did you leave Yukon or are you still in here? My dog's been coming down here a lot more, watching and driving. I saw. Yeah. Watch for kangaroos. They're not multitaskers. They'll just jump right out in front of you. I heard it from a friend. You know, they should tell you what they're seeing or hearing. Well, you can probably hear me. Not much to look at. Yeah, I don't want nobody getting in no accidents. This is not the day. Yeah, it's bad. Again, and you look at the electric source. You know, they've been telling us for years that with the way things are going, we will not have enough power to sustain what we're doing, and yet they keep making more and more electronics. Now you got battery powered cars and trucks, using more electricity. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. I do not understand it. I don't want one. I don't ever want one. You know, when they first showed the Tesla truck on the TV, I thought it was kind of sci-fi looking. It was kind of cool just because it was sci-fi looking. You see one of those in person? No, I'm not impressed. And there's maybe you've seen it, Ted. There's a blue one that runs around here. It actually at first looked really good, and I passed it on the way home tonight, and I was like, yeah, I really don't like it. Yeah, I never put out a thing for anybody to come live with me. Anybody want to join me out here? I ain't gonna be on here too much longer because I want to give everybody time to get to that live. Born and raised in Owensville. So yeah, I'm not from here. Yeah, right. Hey, those are the only slot cars I'm keeping, John. They're plugged in, but they're only plugged in at the time you use them. You don't have to plug them in to use them later. Damn, you caught me on that one though. I wasn't thinking about it. And I know I've seen somebody comment on something like that before, and I was like, it may have been you. But yeah, you guys lived in Newburgh. Newburgh, Jesus. Well, Boonville's starting to take off now because Newburgh is gotten so big they're running out of land. So they're starting to push their way over here to Boonville. We got something coming in. What is it called? It's something the Edge. It's called the Edge or something like that. It's some big, I think it's like I don't know what it is. I won't lie, but it's a big thing they're talking about in the news, and I don't follow the news very much. I worry more about my own personal agenda around me, but yeah, it's a big. It looks like a big log cabin, but it looks like it could be a hotel. I don't know. Yeah, there's a lot of land out there. You're right. Well, I look at it as my property value will go up if it keeps building out here. I'm okay with that. We've actually had people try to buy our house from us. You work all your life, you pay your house off, and then all of a sudden they want to come out of the woodwork and buy it back from you. No, I don't want to go back in debt again. Are you freaking nuts? You're at McDonald's. I think, well, I know here in America, the fish fillets, buy one, get one for $1. Fox and Walls. I actually seen that. I heard the commercial the other day on the radio, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to stop in and get one. I haven't had a fillet of fish in a long time. They're not what they used to be, but yeah, they did the Blue Bridge, and then they got that new bridge that goes around from Rio over to the backside of 60 there. Like if you're going to Hatfield or there's a Hatfield. Is that right? I'm trying to think of the name of town there. I used to take aluminum ingots over there. Between Tell City and Owensboro. Those are the towns I'm thinking of. But yeah, they got a big arch bridge there, and then the Blue Bridge is looking really good. They did the other bridge, so they were trying to push semis to go that way. I still go across the Blue Bridge. That's just it's quicker for me. They're what? Boss is a clown. So what else do you expect? Digger. You had to put it in there, didn't you? Don't leave him any opportunities. He'll get you. He'll throw that humor out there at you. Yeah, matter of fact, downtown Owensboro, they have done a big facelift on their riverfront, and it's a place to go. See, I'm leaning my head down too far. You guys can't see me, but they've done a really flipping shamrock. I had one. You know, it's funny how you like those old things. I'm sorry, I jumped the subject again. Like the Shamrock Shake, or you get it more on a nostalgia thing. Who smiles the sunniest? Would that be Hardee's? I'm a Burger King guy, really. They're not as good as they used to be. I used to be a manager of one. Now, the McRib, I will stop at McDonald's and get the. I will eat them daily if I have to until they're gone. They're only up for like 2 weeks and then they're gone again. But and there's nothing fancy about them. There's nothing fancy about them. It's got some barbecue on some fake looking rib, but you eat them. Oh, they put onion and pickle on it too, but I usually have that removed. It's not that I don't like onion and pickle. I don't like hot onion and pickle. So you are having a flipping Shamrock Shake, huh? Fox is. Okay. Well, what are you doing there, AWOL? What are you having? Damn. You got what kind of a sandwich was that, Journal? I'd be a little upset about that one. Well, you know, Slot Car Daddy, you know there's a McDonald's around the corner, man. You know there is. You're making me think I need to go get one. Now, here in Boonville, I don't know when you left, no drama, but they built that McDonald's right there at the split for the one ways right here coming into Boonville. When I first came back and seen that, I thought that was the most horrible place to put that thing. It still is, because it's a traffic nightmare to get in and out of there. People want to rear end you because they're going up the hill. Then when you're coming back around the other side, you know, you got to go up the hill to go up to the parking lot, and cars are always right behind you coming through, and so it's kind of a mess. I don't go there very often. I did it the other day just because of the fish fillet thing. Yeah, right. Bite the fingers. Yeah. Oh, I'm borderline. Diabetic. You know, because I told you I didn't take care of myself. I didn't take care of myself for a long time, and probably a little too late now. But I do my best. I drink a lot more water now. Of course, I say that I got a Coca-Cola sitting right next to me. I still indulge in some sweets from time to time, but I don't think I go crazy over it anymore. One, it upsets my stomach. It always did, even when I was a kid. I just ignored it because I was a kid and it tasted good. So, did you ever get that sandwich replaced, Journal? I mean, I'd be upset. Maybe they should give you like a triple patty on that thing. Yeah, exactly. Meat. You know, you can take all that other shit off. Just give me the meat. That's what I came for. I'd be disappointed. You know, people disappoint you all the time. It's like what was it, Lethal Weapon? They fuck you at the drive-through. You know you're going to be 10 miles down the road before you realize that they didn't put all your stuff in there or they didn't do it right. Whatever Leo wants, Leo gets. Yes, I used to watch a lot of movies. Yeah, we have Culver still. I've eaten at the one in Owensboro. I don't eat the one in Evansville. Did you know Evansville got named as one of the rudest cities in America? Did you know that? Well, I agree. I like to go to Owensboro because I feel like we get better service from the people and they're a lot friendlier. Just by crossing the river. It's ridiculous. Everybody here is just like it's me. Half German. You know, for a long time I thought I was German. Somebody told me I was German. by my name. But then when I found out later, I actually talked to my dad about it, and my dad's Aunt Janine had done the family history, and we go all the way back to the Welch, and the Wildman name derives from fierce fighters, and we were kind of like for hire. Does that make sense? There's a lot more to it. I don't have all the information, but she's already got it in place. So when she passes away, it will go down to another generation or 2 generations or something like that to give everything. Did you say he was leaving? So you must be finished at your rest area. Finished your tinkle, eh? Oh, I got you. Yeah, if all of you are leaving, make sure you definitely talk to his wife and definitely thinking about her and his kids. I mean, I can't even imagine. I really can't. I'm fortunate enough to know that all my parents are still alive. My grandparents have passed. Wasn't good, and my wife has lost her grandparents, her parents, and one of her brothers already. So, and she's younger than me. Of course, she was the youngest in her family, but um, so I probably won't get much remorse when that happens because I know just by Pat's passing, I immediately felt more alone here in the world, and I'm sure everybody else felt that way too because he's one of the. I mean, he was always running around in the community. You always, you know, I keep coming back to him. Sorry, that's really. I'm not gonna. No, I'm not gonna apologize. Screw that. Everybody knows damn well who Pat was. I shouldn't have to tell you. Who stays on that side of the bridge? I wish I could. Kentucky is a Commonwealth state. I don't like that. There's Yukon. I don't know if I can get him up in the camera or not. Yukon. Yukon. Yukon, come. Well, Megan, you can come over here too. Never mind. They're ignoring me. Mississippi Swamp Queen. Was there a song about that? It was like from the 70s, I think. No, I don't think that was the name of it, though. Yes, Toju. I did see that. That was awesome. Again, those who came in here, I do have something at the end. But I did explain it's not really for everybody else. It's more for me, but it'll be at the end of my post from now on. It's kind of my own tribute to Pat, just from conversations we've had. You're just a poor, dirty white boy. I'm a dirty white boy. Dirty white boy. Oh, dirty white. I can't sing, man. Sorry. I used to, and then I had some surgery on my nose years ago, and my voice dropped a little bit, and I never could sing again. I'm not apologizing for missing Pat. I apologize for the way I'm presenting Pat. Does that make sense? I would never do that. Pat, I feel like when I say something, I'm going, well, yeah, you already know this. Everything I'm saying, you guys already know. Everybody here knows Pat. Everybody. Well, most of you anyway. You know who he is. Maybe you don't know him as well as some others, but yeah, everybody knows the kind of guy he was. And I know in the last months with all the hospitality he was getting, he knows he was loved by everybody in the community as well. So we have that going for us. I mean, I think he knew that. We loved him. So yeah, I have an idea for. I do have a Pat character, and I do have an idea for him. Yeah, I don't have it in place yet because I got to build something. But so the video at the end is not a permanent thing. It is for the end of my videos, but it's not where he's going to stay. Does that make sense? You're a great slot. He was a slot car fisherman, man. He knew how to pull them off. Yeah, I was actually talking to my son today, and he remembers Pat too. He's like, "Oh man," I just Dad, I'm sorry. In my voice octave. Great. I guess something to look forward to. I'll do that next month. The fingers, thanks. My voice is gonna change. I'll come back here. Oh, guys, it still hurts. I don't know what they do up there. That should have said. Hey, wait a minute. Let me get it back up here so I can read it. It said going not good. Bounce around the back of his car. Making it difficult. Well, who's driving? Somebody calm down up there. Dodge the potholes. Yes, he was. Oh, no, I'm trying to catch up on the chat. Hold on. Hope everyone has it. Oh, you out of here? Are you gonna go to the live funeral? Easy. Before you head out. It's well, it's 10 o'clock here in Eastern Daylight Savings Time. Now, of course, if you go to, start going 2 hours to our west, or 1 hour to our east. I think Digger's trying to talk to us. He's just going to have a bumpy ride the rest of the time he tries to say something. At least he's got an internet connection. That was his worry earlier. I don't even know what that is. I've heard the name. Can't even say it. Indoscott. Thanks, Rich. Where I trying to go. Oh, you will be there? Okay, cool. I mean, I understand it. I got to be at work at 5 a.m. in the morning, but I don't care if I'm tired. I will be there. So it'll be 11 p.m. to your guys' time? Okay. Yeah, because it's 10 here, so it's 9 on the East Coast. Matter of fact, I don't remember who I told this. I was going to get the original. I think I told Digger this. I was originally going to try and get all the time frames from across the world, but I ran out of time to do that today. That way I could put them all up here on a screen, and that way everybody knew exactly when they should be looking for it. Because what's going on 8 o'clock, which is 9 o'clock East Coast time, right? So I probably need to cut this short. Wait a minute, 10 o'clock. Not wait a minute. I'm getting this backward, ain't I? Help me! Help me! So it'll be 11 p.m. East Coast time, right? Is that right? And then it goes backwards from there. So like where Dave's at, he's 2 hours behind me. So mine's at 10, his is at 8. So we've got 2 hours and 17 minutes. What about a lobotomy? Who got a lobotomy? Yes, thank you for bringing that up back up again. Here, I'm going to put it up there. This is the stream site that the fingers put up, and then it's also across the bottom of here, and it's also at the top of my chat. I really would urge everybody to come show your love at least. I think his family could use it right now. I'm not going to say I think. I know they could. Oh, I don't know if it's on Discord or not. I didn't check that part. Thank you. Definitely. Thank you, Digger. Let me put that up there real quick so everybody sees what you just said. There we go. Gotta celebrate him, man. Just celebrate. Because he got to know all of us, and we got to know him. To me, that's a pretty positive thing right there. Yeah, he's up there watching us. You know he is. And I'm sure if you think about it hard enough, you know what he's saying about it too. If you're doing something on your slot card, you know what he's going to say to you if he was watching a live or something. I figured, that's how he got out of work back in the day. But now he's using it so he can go to any track he wants to. Hey, I want to go check out Hughesy's track. Let me go over there. Boom. Hey, I want to go check out Toshu's track. Boom. There I am. Might knock something over though, Toshu. You might start spooking a little of the tracks. That way you really know he's there. I can't say that because every time I do anything in my room, something falls or breaks or so I'll never know. The different ways to use an ice pick. What are we talking about here? Damn it. Well, I think somebody's trying to commit murder here somewhere, or trying to figure something out. God, I hate the fact I keep tilting my head. Thought I had this solved for the evening. The different ways to use I don't know if it's Discord. I just went to the thing, the site, and it if you punch it in right, it'll take you right to the screen. I've got it saved in my favorites. So when I jump off here, I can go right to it and wait until it goes live, of course. But I don't know if there's anything on before the actual time frame or not. I really don't know. But I was looking at it today. I don't think you have room to. I don't think you can chat in it. So it's just you're only going to be able to view. I think. I don't know. Somebody else could probably tell me. I don't know anything about this Oval or whatever it is. Ovaltine stream. I don't know. Oh, so you just want to share it with him and not us? I get you. The Slot Yard Discord. I belong to a Discord and I used it for gaming, but there's nothing on there yet. Thanks, Chris. I didn't know if they'd have something up there, kind of getting well, of course, it's still a couple hours away, but I thought maybe they'd have something, maybe at least his picture. It wasn't on there earlier, so it just said his name and what time it was coming on. So, and I don't really need to chat at that point. I'm there to pay my respects. That's it. Anything else be privately just behind my screen. I cried pretty freaking hard about it, man. I think most of us did. Witness protection can't. What? We don't think I got the last name Wildman by being born that way, right? You never know. It's 11:48 a.m. Wait a minute. So that makes it so about 2 hours. Now, so Fox and Walls, you're not close enough to go, or are you just watching the live stream? I didn't know which one you were doing. I thought you were saying I don't remember. I'm not going to say anything because it may sound wrong. By the way, I did look up prices for tickets again today because I had heard one thing, and I was talking to Fingers about it the other day. I think we came up with like $700 to go one way. It is $22.79. It takes 21.50 hours to get there, and that is a round trip ticket. I think it was like $22,885 or something like that for me to fly out of Evansville. Now, it'd probably be easier if I went to St. Louis or if I went to Louisville before I flew out. It'd probably save me a lot of money, but just from Evansville. So if this was a spare of the moment thing, yeah, it's a long trip. That's a long time to be in an airplane. What's that? You would. I don't understand what you're saying there. Your fingers. So sorry. But I won't lie. I would love to. Honestly, I'd love to be there. I would love to have been there and met it before this all even went down. To be honest with you, it was an original plan. I hadn't quite planned it out yet. I was wanting to go down there and visit all of them. So I seem to associate with them quite often. So I would love to. I'd like to meet everybody here. But as a matter of fact, last year I was going to go to the UK Slot Car Festival and I didn't get to go because of things that came up earlier in the year. And I had planned to go this year, but then I've already dropped the whole idea of going this year. I never even tried to plan for it. So, yeah, I'd like to get up there just to meet some of those guys in the UK and close by. And hell, there's always some Americans going over there too. I might be able to meet some of you guys. That's what we need to do. We all need to plan a big trip with all of us going. Can you imagine the airlines are like, well, we're booked. You got all these slot car people heading to freaking UK. It'd make headline. Slot cars would get a popularity then. What's this slot car shit? Every once in a while, I still run across a guy that knows what slot cars are. Because that's still a thing. I was like, oh, yeah, it's a big thing. I always promote it pretty good because it is. It's bigger than I thought it was when I got it back into it. You close your channel, but you still have it. If I win the lotto, well, you got to play. Do you play the fingers? Because I don't play. I think I play on my birthday, and I didn't even do that this year. I usually grab me some lottery tickets, and so I used to win. Maybe not much, but I won something. And no, it wasn't just a free ticket. All right, everybody, we need to have some really big wishes for the fingers tonight to win the lottery for the Saturday night post. That would be, that'd be a fun trip, but it'd probably be chaotic. We'd clean out all their shelves by buying. I guarantee it. You'd be able to find all kinds of things there you can't find over here. I mean, that's the slot car. I would definitely say the UK is the slot car capital, at least in the 132nd and 124 scales. That's the capital. That and, well, Germany, because they bring their cars up there. Carrera, so you got Italy and, yeah. Yeah, the logistics would be. I wonder how many planes you got to jump to get everybody there. I mean, that'd be the story everybody would try to talk when you got there. Yeah, you made 7 jumps from 7 different planes. Well, I made 19. Oh, please explain your story. I want to know how you made it to all the freaking airlines, all the airplanes in time. You get off the plane. Yeah, you got to get that exit at the very far end of the freaking airport, and your flight leaves in 3 minutes. Now, I was in the military. That did happen to us. We had one where we got off the plane and literally had to run across the airport and get on another plane. And that was when I was going in. Well, if I come there, I'll be visiting you. If I come down there, I'll be making it'll be a couple weeks journey because I don't want to rush and go visit everybody. I want to go my own. I just got to figure out hotel costs and stuff like that, and how much money I got to have to live on while I'm there. Plus, come up with basically $3,000 fly out there. Now, I tried to get my wife to go. You would think so. I know Marty's brought it up a couple times there around Ohio, and I know a lot of us are close to that. I'm 5 hours from Marty, I think, 5.5. I think a lot of us are in that general range, but then you also got your Californians, and he said one time he was going to bring it up, and I said, I live in Evansville, and if anybody needed a ride, they could drive to this point, and I'll take them the rest of the way. I can take them in my truck or whatever, but Then it never happened. So, thanks again to Fingers. You put it back up again. Website. And it's also on my banner up here at the bottom of the screen. I appreciate you doing that because I actually meant to do that through this whole entire live, was keep posting that just so people knew. I say I'll have it at Tad's house. There'll be plenty of dogs for everybody. They'll get all the attention. We get to run some slot cars. What do you think, Tad? Can I bring my dogs? I got Negan and Yukon. Now, this is where he says he left. Oh, only a few blocks, really, to Fingers. Wow. What? Tastes like shit, but you can live on it. What? I don't understand what you're saying. We want to come to your property to have a race. Is your garage big enough for all of us? Might be time. Yeah, those computers, I bought it last year. Was it last year? Could have been the year before. And how many different things I've already had to go through with it. It almost makes you feel like you shouldn't have bought one in the first place. So if we went up on the Lake Erie Islands, we could get the guys from Canada. General, now you're thinking way ahead of all of us. That's a great idea. We can meet at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Been there. That was actually interesting. But if you're not actually into the background of music, it's not a place really to go. A lot of people think there's going to be some. It's like, okay, John Lennon writing on the back of a bill, note words for a song. I mean, it's really cool if you're in, and I am. So, I went there. I was working as a cable contractor there in Cleveland for a while, and all the subsidiaries around it. So me and another guy took an opportunity and went over and checked that out. It was really fun. Again, it had to be. When I got in there, I was expecting kind of the same thing, but I'm into music more than just the songs. I like to hear the history on them, the background, how they came up with it, where it came from. That's not a knife, Tad. That line will be infamous forever. Just like shrimps on a bobby. Oh. 218-pound walleye. And the Fingers. I'd be fishing every weekend. No, and I don't have the patience for it anymore. Yes, it starts in 2 hours. That's a good way to put it there, Fox Walls. It starts in 2 hours. And I'm going to give everybody time, at least an hour before. I don't want to be on here that long. That way everybody has time to go find the link, get it set up, and yeah. In worst case scenario, you can come back here and check the link again. 218 pounds. What? No crybabies allowed in slot car racing. There's no crying in slot cars. There's no crying in slot cars. Oh. Hey, that was filmed in Evansville. A League of Their Own. That was filmed here in Evansville. Yeah, Madonna used to live just north of Evansville. Everybody was always catching her out there doing her morning run and everything. Perch ones are a lot of fun. I haven't fished in so long, guys. I have the poles. I have the hackleback. I just not pulled them out in a long time. Tell who that? What am I telling them? Yeah, it is. It is the second oldest stadium. Damn it. And now I'm forgetting the name. Yeah, because we get tickets every year to go, and I haven't made it this year, but last year. I mean, they got one coming up. We always get tickets because we get the box seat kind of thing. I don't know if it's because our boss or is friends with them, or they got some kind of money deal into it, or yeah, we're offered tickets every year, and they usually try to have an employee thing there too, and you know, we get all the free hot dogs and crap, which I'll go for the hot dogs. They're pretty good there. When we go on the live, we can all virtually have hugs. Oh, you're allowed to have that then? Because I don't know anything about the program. That's why I was asking earlier. Because I want to be able to, you know, show my response to something. I mean, it's just like, to me, I won't lie. At first, I was not sure about a whole live thing. I mean, I know all of us want to be there and we can't, and I understand it for that reason. But I was never raised that way, so I had a hard time, like, you know, if it was respectful to do that. That makes sense. Does anybody else feel that way or ever felt that way? I was like, really? I don't know why. I just felt that way. It is in 2 hours. Slot Car Daddy, 2 hours from right now. So wherever you're at, in 2 hours, the live will be up. And I'm going to stop this thing. I was planning to stop before now, but I definitely want to be stopped an hour beforehand so everybody can start, you know, one, go to the bathroom if you're not, you know, I don't get to go to the bathroom until I'm done. So I can get ready for another, so I can sit back down and yeah, Central Dilute time. Yeah. It's 2 hours. Central Daylight. I know what you're saying. Because I live in the same time frame as you. Now, Chris P over there, he's an outsider. He lives an hour ahead of us. That means he gets older than us quicker. Yeah, I have the same problem when I'm texting. Matter of fact, that post I put on earlier, I went to put magnetic racing is what I put on there, and I noticed the M wasn't capitalized. So when I went back, I ended up putting an N and didn't realize I did it. And racing was something else. I seen it after it was posted. I went, well, shit. I was like, damn it. I do it all the time. Because I try to do it from my phone. I don't wait till I get home and get on my laptop where I can actually type in the keys, which I do this way. Oh, I used to know how to type. Just don't do it enough anymore. I was just trying to have some fun with everybody before we go here or go there. Didn't really have a set thing for tonight. It was just kind of something different. So I hope, I knew it wasn't going to be a normal night. Let's put it that way. I contemplated whether to do it, but I was like, nope, Pat would want me to do it. I'm here. Just to lighten up the mood. There we go. But I mean, like I said, it was a beautiful day today. At least here. And like I said, we're getting thunderstorms plus tornadoes according to Ted, which I've seen that too. But on Saturday, it's supposed to, and I guess the winds start picking up tomorrow, Tad. I got an alert on that earlier when I got home or something like that, off the Alexa or something like that. Oh yeah, because I told her to play notifications. I thought it was about my Bonza slot car here, which I'll show again because some of you didn't see it the first time. Yes, I finally got my own version of the General Lee. I did order it from Bonza slot cars. Yes, I'm an American and I'm not in Australia, and I bought it from them. Got a really good deal on this. I've had a hard time finding it. This is I don't know if it's the first generation. Let me see here. Reference number P131 General Lee Dodge Charger. I don't know if it has a number on it or not. But I know they say it's the rare Daisy where she's got the pink blouse and blue shorts on. Which camera angles. I can't get the. If I had to have one, after the Aussie live show there, where I was talking to him too. I should know his name. Shipping was a little not much help I can do there. It was like $22. So it's a little expensive, but I haven't been able to find one around here for the same price I paid for the car. Which I paid $125 in Aussie money, and I think it came to it's cheaper than that for me. I think it was like I want to say $80-something. But the ones I've been seeing here around on eBay and stuff that I've been able to find are wanting well over $100 for them. So to me, it was worth the extra $20, and I got to buy it from a friend. And now you said you were here all night, Tad. You liar. No, yeah, I just wanted one. I always did. I honestly thought they'd always be, and he even says that it's their most popular car. They're going to keep making them. Why wouldn't they? But I wanted one, and I'm struggling to find one. So this is how I could do it, and I did it because I did want one. I had just always let it go because I thought there'd be plenty of them around all the time. So I didn't want to be left behind. I bought one. I'm all about the movie cars. I like a lot of the movie cars. I'm getting ready to buy. I actually got my boys involved. They, if I order the white kits for the Legends, they want to paint their own, and then we get a race going, or we can do it like every other month or something like that. They're not going to get into it full time. Like, well, maybe they will if I get them to race enough. But yeah, isn't that the Sheila? Slightly mad, Fox Walls. Nobody said baseball. Who said baseball? Oh. Yeah, I see. Never mind. Eastern Plains, sorry, I didn't even see you come in, man. Welcome. Yeah. So I guess somebody did say baseball. Did like somebody say baseball? Baseball! No, that's baseball. Baseball? Did 2 previous ones and previous videos. Yeah, I think everybody missed him coming in. These glasses are just too dirty for me to wear. So here we go. We'll go back to style. Yeah. Here's the funny part. I pulled out a cigarette a little while ago and laid it right down here because I decided not to smoke it. And then I just pulled the last one out of that pack, and I went, well, shit. Yeah, the bloody Sheila. Wasn't that on Unnecessary Roughness when Kathy Ireland played the puncher? Met Kathy Ireland at an airport once, believe it or not. I think I brought that up. I think I've told my whole life to everybody. Now I'm just boring. I'll just sit here and laugh for the next 2 hours. How's that? No, I haven't done a lot with the framing in my track. Let me go there. I've been spending a lot of time on this room getting organized, and we're getting ready to take all this crap out of this other room. I got so much. There's so much lumber. I've just decided to scrap most of it, and if I need some later, I'll just buy new. It's very wasteful. I don't like doing that, but I have to have some room. Dunedin Raceway! MT Dunedin Raceway. How's it going? You just calling in for half an hour while having some lunch. What are you having for lunch? I'm getting kind of hungry. I haven't eaten dinner. I do. I enjoy slot cars all year round. I usually try to keep running all year round. I take little breaks here and there when I get a little burnout, but it's my hobby. That and trains. And I do want to work on a train layout if I ever get this room cleaned up. I kid you not, guys. There's like no room in there whatsoever for me to move things around. And the bathrooms between me and that room, or that room's between me and the bathroom. Times I've knocked things over and tripped over things, or have a nice bruise on my side or something like that because I keep running into this crap. Because I don't usually turn that light on; I leave it off all night. So the peeps, yeah. How many are running? That's I always wondered that. How many of you guys are running slot cars right now while we're in the live? Hamburger is a lot, and a couple of dim-dims. Those pickles. I don't know what dim. I think somebody said something about that the other day. Dim-dims or something like that. Said bye instead of hi. Why'd you do that? Yeah, aren't dim-dims? Dim-dims are pickles, right? Waiting for him to answer me because now I need to know. That's the funny thing about talking to everybody. You find out different cultures and how they say things and or what things mean, and it's not the same. What the hell's a dim-dim? See, now more people want to know. Your lunch break is now all about your dim-dims. You need to make a video about it and post it. Oh, did you pre-order the KFC? I'm still out to. I'm not sure whether I want to do it or not. You said, why would you say okay? Well, actually, that's the best word to say. It gets her off your back, and you'll get to it eventually, right? Oh, well, what is dim dims then? You said dim sims, damn spell check. What? We've got a whole new language going on here now. Anyway, what was I talking about? Yeah, well, we're waiting for answers there. So I've been working on the track. I've been working on this. I did work on that billboard. You guys saw the list of billboards I got. I actually based that off of, I think it was DG's Raceway when he had all the billboards going around the curve. I really thought that was cool. So then I didn't know which ones to order first. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to order all the ones that are the slot cars, and then I'll go from there. How I can put them around one of my curves or a couple of curves for that matter to give it some life. Where you go, you don't see a lot of billboards, whether it be a racetrack or just driving down the highway. My what? My kind gut can't spell. I'm lost. I'm really lost at this point. Oh, the fingers are killing me. But yeah. And then I got that tower, media tower. I got an idea for it. I'm not going to share that yet, but obviously it's going to be a tower. But my biggest problem is I don't have furniture, and I got a printer, and I have not printed any furniture or anything for any of these layouts. What good's the buildings if you ain't got nothing to show on the inside when you're looking through the glass? So that's what I do. Even on a train layout, you do that. The great thing about trains is you can run them a lot slower, so you can actually put a camera on there, and you will see the detail as you're passing by the windows. You can see if you got the camera set up right, it'll look inside and see what's going on in there. Yeah, there is. Eastern, there's a lot. I mean, the last couple of years have been swamped with liveries, and I'm one of those guys. I do the same thing. I've got the Porsche, Carrera Porsche. I keep buying the liveries. I don't know why I do it. It's the same car, same build, everything. I just keep buying them because of the liveries. But at the same time, if I ever want to put a bunch of cars on the track, I've got plenty for 6 people to drive, at least one car piece. Sport peppers. What? You like yours with dill pickles? No, I don't even know what you're talking about. Oh, yeah, the cars. You know, and everybody's stepping it up a little bit. I like to see that. But it's like I always say, new people coming in the channel. Sometimes we get a little carried away with the level. We forget that new people are coming in. Your new layout is, I'm going to say is what? But some people they come in and they see all this and they think, well, I got to buy these cars and I got to buy these cars and I got to buy these cars, and that's really not the case. When you're starting off, honestly, stick with the lower cost cars. The high end cars, they're great. You can do a lot with them. This is my personal opinion, so it may reflect from some of these guys in here that do the same thing. Yeah, you really, a lot of times you got to have a little bit more track for the speed you're trying to push with those cars. Me and DeFingers had this conversation the other day, just based on what car was we talking about? Was it the Lola that came out, the NSR Lola? Because I got a hold of the blue one after watching Marty's, or actually while I was watching Marty's show Tuesday night. I found one. I guess I was looking at them too soon. That's why, because all of a sudden I found a bunch of them now, and when I first looked, I couldn't. They kept saying sold out, and I was like, "Well, how did I miss all of them?" But yeah, it was the NSR. Yeah, thank you, DeFingers. So, where I've got a 20-foot by 8-foot track, and I've got the big spanning curves and stuff like that, I can produce a lot of speed. So a car like that is great for that kind of thing. If you've got a smaller track, those faster cars, they take off faster. They got, there's a lot more torque off the get-go. You're not going to have as much fun with it because you're going to launch it right off the track all the time. So you don't need that. Yeah, like No Drama just said, you don't need the high dollar cars. It's just a preference among people who've got the bigger tracks. But I still collect Carrera. I still get skin. I get whatever I like. Actually, I don't. I am a big NSR fan. I don't have very many of them though. I just like the car. I like the way they're built. They come out of the box. They perform really well, and there's still room for you to build on or to upgrade them and make them better, I guess. But yeah, I'm more. Oh, you bought some grandstands for scenery. You always need more. Don't go down that rabbit hole too deep. Don't go. I've already done it. Yeah, well, that's what me and DeFingers were talking about. That my track's bigger than his, and it's not about who's got the biggest track. His track is awesome from the pictures I've seen of it and things like that. And but we're talking about the NSR, and if you put that on there, he goes, I really don't have, I don't have the space for a car to run open, and if you can't use a lot of the power, then what's the point of having the car sometimes? Yeah, well, I've been waiting to get to the scenery part, DeFingers. That's why I bought all this. And honestly, when I started buying, I started working on my kits. I was working on kits, then I was working on my resin characters, then I was working on the track, and I was just kind of rotating through during the week. Now I'm a little off this week. I won't lie. I really haven't done anything other than that. That was the first. Those who didn't see it earlier. This is the first one that I did this week. It's the only one I've done. And I just started that, I want to say Sunday and Monday. I think it took me to finish that one up. And I still haven't put a clear coat on it yet. So, other than that, I've been working on this room. Honestly, John, I don't really do a lot. I might put some quick slicks on them because I like the quick slick tires. Oil and lube, like you should on any car. When I buy cars, I've got a big enough track I can buy any of them I want for the most part, and I base my cars on what I think looks good. It not necessarily has a history to me. Some of them do. They got the nostalgia. You remember the car as a child, and you go, "Oh yeah." and you finally got one. But there's also, yeah, I like, okay, if I look at Australian cars and I go, yeah, they talk about the Holden and this, I didn't grow up on those cars. I have no idea what the hell they are, other than a lot of them say Ford on it, which disgusts me. Oh, too bad Rob Sale's not in here. I love to give him crap about Ford. But I don't know the history on that car. I think I've got the one. I won't lie. I got the XB Falcon, and it's the Federation livery for. Help me out. I can't think of his name right now. But I bought it because it had the Camel cigarette logo on the car. That's the only reason I wanted it. Because at the time I smoked Camel cigarettes. Now I smoke these cheap pieces of shit because the government's just doing the wrong thing. Well, here we go, Chris. Yes. This is what I wish Rob Sale would drop in. I got to see a Chevy video today. That was kind of cool. He knows who he is. I'm waiting for him to speak up. My first vehicle was a 1968 Ford pickup truck with the 302. Had the little side toolbox on it. It had a brand new paint job on it though, and it had a Corvette exhaust welded underneath it. It was a good truck until I went through an intersection. Somebody pulled my back bumper and bent it out, but it also didn't realize it at the time, but it did something to my axle because I was doing a carrier bearing every other month. Yeah, that's right, Jeff. Jeff G, how you doing? Did you slip in? I didn't even see you do it. I like old Fords. I think they were beautiful cars. I think they did well. But I've always just been kind of a GM man. I don't know why. I just always like the body styles better. Even though my only gripe with GM is, when you're going to make a car by different manufacturers, whether it be Pontiac, Chevy, GMC, Oldsmobile, quit making the same damn car. That was the one thing that always bothered me about that was, and Dodge does it too, and Ford does it as well. They all do it. But man, if you have an Oldsmobile line, which they don't make Oldsmobile anymore. Actually, I did see somebody that they're creating one. The GM manufacturers are going to create another Oldsmobile 442. Don't know if that's really going to happen, but that's what I'm seeing. And but it had a unique body style to it. But they also put a Pontiac version out, and there was another version, can't remember. But so basically, the cars looked very similar. They're just maybe different front ends and rear ends. Why can't Oldsmobile just have its own title for a car? You had the Oldsmobile Cutlass. Well, then it was the Pontiac Tempest. I've never actually owned a 442. I've owned several Oldsmobiles, not a 442. I guess you could say it would be a dream car of mine, but I'm not pursuing it. I could still enjoy the value of just looking at it one when I get a chance to see it on a car show. If I was younger, I'd be all over it. If I was single, no kids, had a really good paint job. Yes, several Herbies. Who didn't grow up on Herbie the Love Bug? Everybody loved Herbie. If that's what you're talking about. I've done that before. Need 132 slot cars. You need 132 slot cars? Yeah, we all do. Actually, I enjoy the 124s. The BRMs I have, the Carrera I did buy, I actually got it before I got the BRMs. It's all right. It's really not my favorite, being that I ran the BRMs. They're just a different kind of car, and you can feel the handle better on them, or the lack of handling on them. So I actually look at BRM 124s. That's really all I'm looking at, and yet I'm the one that says I don't like Revo slots. But BRM seems to run better out of the box. Revo slots do not. At least that's my opinion. Yeah, no drama. Exactly. That's what I was saying. We all need new 132s. Anybody interested in those Fast and the Furious that are coming out in June? I think that's when they're releasing those. My youngest son, Logan, I've taken him to every single movie. And when he was in second grade, I think I've told this story too. I think I've told all my life. But yeah, I got pulled aside by the teacher when I went to pick him up from school, and they said, yeah, he keeps wanting to be called Brian. And we need to straighten him out because his name's not Brian. I'm like, yeah, it's because of a show he watches. Well, maybe you ought to not let him watch that show. I said, maybe you ought to not tell me what to do. I said, it's imagination, something that's lacking in this world, and you're trying to take it away from him. If that's his hero and he wants to play Brian, yeah, but I understood where her point of view was. If you say his name's Logan, but he wanted to be called Brian. It was a fantasy, That's just it. People don't think that way anymore. There's not you get scorned for having an imagination. Oh yeah. Well, I don't know if we'll see each other, but I'm sure I'll know everybody's present. I'm Batman. Sucker Day, I'll see you over there, buddy. If I don't see you, I just know I will be there. I'm hoping everybody here will be there. So perfect. Because I noticed my numbers going on. I probably need to get off here. That gives you guys an hour and a half. Cold Trickle. Days of Thunder. I love that green Chevy car they first started with. I thought that thing was beautiful. Yeah, it's like our day. See you shortly. Anybody else who's dropped out? Because I noticed the numbers are down to 15. I think it was up to, I don't remember what it was. I don't pay attention. Sorry if I missed you guys. What? Why do you do this? Like me, I kind of like the John Wick cars, but the one they're bringing out, I don't think that was his second car. Didn't he have the second movie? He had a different. I don't think it was the Cuda. I thought it was a Chevelle. Chris, definitely. Chris Freder. No, I'll be there with you, man. I don't know how the live works. So I don't know if I'll see anybody. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's 8:30. That's an hour and a half away. People probably want to, if they haven't eaten dinner or bathroom or they need to take care of something. I understand. As a matter of fact, I should probably go ahead and close this off, guys. Please go over and say your goodbyes. One of the greatest men I ever knew. Positive, loved everybody, always made you laugh. And before I go, though, I did want to show that last little piece. I will show that as I go out. So, again, see you all over at the live. And let me set this up real quick. And this will be at the end of my videos. Again, it's based on a tribute just to me. But you guys will get the point. So here we go.
So you know what, with that cheeky laugh behind it, it actually does work. You sick fucker, Eric. I love it, mate. I love it.